Welcome, welcome, everyone. Lords and ladies, kings and queens, my noble court. I am Lord Master Leonis, your humble scribe and archivist, and I'm a little low energy today. We're going to be playing this game, oxygen not included. I'm going to turn the volume back on so you can hear. I've played this game before, as you can see, but we're going to go ahead and start a brand new game on no sweat difficulty. Let's just reroll World Seed a few times just to see what happens. What on earth? Story traits? I've never noticed this before. Stable has no unusual features. World exists in a particularly stable configuration each time it is encountered. Somnium Synthesizer. Power up a colossal relic from Gravitas Underground Sleep Lab. There's an underground sleep lab. Critter Fluxomatic. Explore revolutionary genetic manipulation device designed for critters. Discover a reclusive character living in a Gravitas relic and persuade them to join the colony. Alright. I guess we've got to find a hermit and a genetic sequencer. And a Gravitas thingy. A sleep lab. So this game is kind of a base building game. You create a colony, and you just kind of have to build up from nothing, basically. So there's a few things to look for here. The Great Crew, the Clone Space, something. I kind of like Festering Fortress. That's not bad. Happy Galaxy, there we go. Alright, so we want somebody who has specific interests to start. So one, we're going to want someone who has interest in building. I like the idea that she's got interest in doctoring as well. Decreased air consumption rates will be very useful, but science takes longer. That is completely reasonable. Stress reaction vomiter. That is not the best, but it takes a long time for stress to become a problem if you're doing things correctly. So this guy, I need a digger. I'd prefer, there we go, increased decor. So she causes the decor to go up. Cannot do researching irons, that's fine. Meemaw can do researching irons. Structure action Banshee. Wails uncontrollably. That's reasonable. Alright, so I have the science, the builder. What do I need? Probably a farmer, right? A farmer. Yeah. Increase strength, snores loudly. Nope, we don't want that. Decrease germ resistance. Binge eater. I'll try for something else. Flatulence is a bit of a problem, and stress reaction disruption is a huge problem because it means that they're going to destroy stuff if they get stressed. Mouth breather, increased air consumption rate. I can live with that if I'm being honest. But I don't have the farming up as high as I'd like on practice. Decreased creativity, increased decor morale bonus. Decreased food morale bonus. Yeah, I think I can deal with that. Embark. Alright. I've awoken at the target location, but colonization efforts have already hit a hitch. I was supposed to land on the planet's surface, but became trapped many miles underground instead. Although the conditions are not ideal, it is imperative that I establish a colony here and begin mounting efforts to escape. So there is a surface eventually way up here, but everything's going to be dark and full of terror until I get to it. So what we got down here is we got some water. So there's two things I want to do right off the bat. The first one is I want to create a bathroom. And towards that end, I believe it can be 64 tiles. Okay, let me double check that. Actually, don't do that. Latrine can be 64 tiles, yes. So they're gonna dig this out. So right here is where I want my door. I want it on this zone here. So I believe that's it, right? No. I want one over from there. There, yes. Okay. This is important because we're going to we're going to build floor, basically. We'll eventually destroy part of that floor, but the idea is we want an enclosed room. We're actually gonna not change that. We'll dig that out, because that'll allow the oxygen from here to come up here. This here is creating oxygen, this is creating oxygen, this is creating oxygen. Eventually I have to create my own oxygen creators. The reason you make a restroom right away also is because by the time the first cycle ends, which that's the first day basically, they're going to want to use the restroom. And they can hold it for a little bit, but ideally you want a restroom made before that. Oh, interesting. We have a lot of water. I want to turn this zone into the main water aquifer. Plumbing. We want to leave two on the side over here for a compost pile later. And then we also want to have wash basins. I want to leave two in the middle here because later we'll get something to we'll get air fresheners so that the bathroom doesn't stink, because the stuff that they basically the excrement here turns into polluted oxygen, which is breathable, but it carries germs and you don't want to deal with it if you don't have to. for now we're gonna hit all on this, so they should start sweeping up the restroom and putting it in here once that's done. And I'm gonna build this ladder, which I'm gonna bring down a bit more as well, I think. Trying to decide how I want to handle this. I guess we could just take the ladder and pull it down. And then check something. I want to make sure this will work the way I want it to. So this needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not actually going to dig any of that out just yet. What I am using it for... Okay, so I can do that. That would actually be reasonable. Alright. So doing there is I'm trying to make sure I can get 2 full-size rooms below the restroom. So that way, what I'm going to do with that then is I'm going to create a space over here. Actually, I will create 4 there like that. And then I won't worry about this just yet. So it's going to be like that. And that will be the top of the main water aquifer. And this won't be done before they want to go to bed. So... So we're gonna dig this down, and dig that out. The idea is I want to kind of get this water to spill into this aquifer eventually. But for now, let's get this aquifer working correctly. So essentially at this point I'm not going to physically do much myself. I'm going to just kind of let them do what they're doing. One of the reasons I'm working to get all this stuff cleaned up in here is when you have a room like this is a latrine, it gives you a morale bonus, which you can see at the bottom of this, all the way at the bottom where the orange is, it says morale +1. which is good. It keeps your duplicants from getting stressed. And then another part of keeping your morale up is keeping your decor up. And while I don't really intend to put fancy decor in the bathroom, keeping the floor of the bathroom clean helps keep the decor level up, which means that your what do they call it? Your duplicants, they call them, will stress less quickly. So you always want to keep stress at bay. Up here, this is your stress. You want to try to hold stress at bay as much as possible, because once they become stressed, they become less efficient. So now they're going to hit their end of day cycle, so they're all going to use the restroom, they're going to eat something, and then they're going to go to bed for a bit. So nothing's going to happen here, so I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up. I also did not make a bedroom for them yet. I will get there. They're just going to fall asleep on the floor. It's okay if that happens like the first night, but by the end of the second night, you usually want to have both an aquifer and a restroom, or like a bedroom built for them, ideally. Bedroom, if I recall correctly, is good to build a bedroom underneath the restroom, because if you build a bedroom underneath the restroom's oh, hold on, just go back to normal. Because as the restroom creates polluted oxygen, it actually floats up higher than the regular oxygen, as I recall. So it's best that they sleep below, because then that way the polluted oxygen doesn't join them in their bedroom. My bad. I wanted this to be here. Actually, I wanted to line up with the floor. So that way we have the ladder to go up and down, and we can go crossways. Another reason you want to get these floors built is they'll move faster on the floor than they do elsewhere. And another reason to get okay, we're gonna have to get rid of this and bring it up like so. That way the water thing can reach as far down as it can. It's not getting blocked by ladders that way. This will keep the duplicates moving faster, having tile, which you will want. Oh, we also want to set this so that they're all going the same direction. And basically what that does is it guarantees that if they come in here and they use the restroom, that they will wash their hands on the way out, and they won't take germs and food poisoning and stuff with them. So if you go over to the germ overlay over here, these are like sources. This needs to get disinfected. Don't disable, disinfect. How do I tell them I want them to disinfect something? Disinfect this, please. Is that I? Does this have something in it that's causing... Doesn't look like it. The yellow stuff there, that's food poisoning. See, ideally you want them to disinfect that, but they're not doing that. I could bring the number of germs, probably. I could say when there's fewer germs, disinfect it, but don't really know how that's going to function. Ladders don't cause water to lower or go higher, but these things will. Like, you can accidentally eliminate water if you build these too close to it. And we are getting almost full on that storage unit, so we'll build another one. We might not get to the bedroom tonight because the aquifer is a bit much, if I'm being honest. So I'm doing a pretty big build for the aquifer. Which is probably not entirely necessary. Mima might get sick because she's in the cold too much. Yeah, there's the thing about duplicate temperature right here. So whenever they find muckroot, they'll put that in here. Muckroot will be food for them. We eventually want to get refrigerated food sources, or storage rather. Eventually you're going to want to get a ranch, and I haven't seen any yet, but there's like little like beetle dudes, and you can turn those into food. No oxygen generator built colony requires a food source. So for that, oxygen generator. Oxygen or any air actually is going to move into a vacuum. So like this zone here is becoming less vacuumous, but like if you just dig open an area, it becomes a vacuum because there was no air there, there was just solid stuff there. And then if you provide an option, air will flow into that vacuum. However, there's also a sort of hierarchy the air has, I guess. That's not really a good word for it, but it's something. Which is that basically there's carbon dioxide will always fall further down. Meanwhile, oxygen will be further up, and then there's polluted oxygen, which is a green gas, like this is oxygen here, this blue gas. Poison, or not poison oxygen, polluted oxygen is a green gas. Then there's also, I believe, hydrogen and chlorine and natural gas. And they all have like a sort of order they go for, and they don't just go like up and down, they go diagonal. So like, carbon dioxide wants to be down here in this area. If you were to put them all in like a screen and let them sort themselves out, carbon dioxide wants to be down here, and I'm pretty sure oxygen and polluted oxygen want to be up here. Polluted oxygen wants to be all the way up here, oxygen's right beneath it, and the other gases are in between that. So another another reason I'm building this sort of zone over here by the aquifer is I'm going to dig down a bit, and I'm going to make a pit for carbon dioxide to go to, and then I'm going to put oh, I need a science room, don't I? we'll do that. This will be the bedroom. Now, I'm not technically building this base the best way I could, because what you're supposed to do, instead of having a ladder here, you're supposed to put two, like this should be another, the ladder should be here and this should be another block over, like this door should be over here, this whole room should shift that way. And the reasoning for that is that later you'll get a pole. But I think for this zone, that'll be fine, and then I'll build, moving forward, I'll build with space in mind for poles. The idea with a pole is that it what's the word I'm looking for? It lets them come down faster. So it shortens the amount of time it takes for them to go from point A to point B. But now they're going to work on these two rooms instead of working on the aquifer, because the aquifer is further away from base, basically. That's how it always works. Whatever they're closest to, that's what they're going to want to work on first. Still got germs all over that thingy. How do I tell it I want to adjust the maximum amount that can be stored here? No, we don't want that. There you go, germs. No surface germs. My ass, I saw them all there. Huh. Go ahead and put the pneumatic doors there. So you see how they're taking out all the plants. That's like the first job that they figure is important enough to do. They may or may not make the roof before they start digging out this part. Oh, here we go. A hatch. That's what they're called, these little beetle things. You can actually kill those and then turn them into food. Interesting. Didn't realize they were going to run down to the aquifer for that. See, the main thing is having the pump so that you can put water in these. So eventually these will be, you'll need a place to dump them. Which is what I want to turn this into, actually. Or maybe even this. Is to build like a, I want to drain this water over to this aquifer. And what I might eventually do is, if killing all of this doesn't lower the water level enough, which it probably won't, I'll dig it deeper 2 or 3 levels. So the water level will lower, and then I can pour this water into there by digging a sort of ditch between the two of them. So this room will be their barracks, and this room I'm going to build is going to be power and science, which doesn't, I think, have a specific room type. If you look at the up here in like the room zone, I don't think there's like a specific room for that. Kitchen, massage clinic, hospital, power plant. Well, there is a power plant. And there's a laboratory. Science buildings built in a laboratory function more efficiently. A laboratory enables geotuner and mission control station uses. 2 science buildings, a light source, no industrial machinery, can be 120 tiles big. I mean, that's big. But no industrial machinery means you can't build a power station in there. So I might make this science for now. And then I'll just kind of expand that into a laboratory as we go. Eventually I'll make it bigger and make it a 120. I think right now it's 64, right? Yeah. I'll just make it bigger as we go. That'll give me access to this area anyway, because what I could do here is once I drain this into this aquifer, then I can probably, if I build this aquifer deeper, I can drain this water into this aquifer, and then I can drain this water into that aquifer, which will then drain into this aquifer. Brilliant. And then this can be my backup. Furniture. We'll get to it. Having the metal here is good too. So I'll power into this zone, I think, down here. Because then we can sort of, we can sort of just use that to power the science machines that are going to be up here. Stations. I need a research station. I'm gonna go ahead and leave space right here, actually, for an oxygen creator. Let's do this. Let's create an oxygen diffuser here. Now we'll have a chance to choose a blueprint, which means we can choose a new dude or a care package. Oh, decrease machinery. Let's see what we got. We don't get to re-roll these like we did at the beginning. So what we have is what we have for options. Yokels can't do research. Squeamish can't do doctor. Unempathetic, decreased medicine. Kitchen menace, decreased cuisine. Increased food morale bonus. I don't know about this, if I'm being honest. Any of these? I do kind of want one, because 4 people will make the work go faster. But I also really don't like some of these downsides. But this one's got +9 machinery, so we'll use that. And he's got Ugly Crier, which is not a bad stress reaction. So we just can't let him do medicine, I guess. And I probably should mess with my priorities here. Building. Nema's construction skill is 5. Pay's construction skill is the high one, so... Oh, that's digging. Pay's excavation skill 7. Machinery skill, so we'll do that. Building is her highest skill. Nails is researching, farming, and cooking. We'll do researching for her. As they do things, they'll level up their skills. Here we go. Max has some skills. These ones with the hearts are the ones that they prefer, what they would like to do. So generally you want to try to do that and let them have that, but you should also, as you go, like once they've maxed out all of this, because they're going to have to get improved carrying 2 in order to get to mechatronics engineering. So we'll do improved tinkering and electrical engineering, and then we'll give him these 2, and then we'll do the mechatronics. gonna make this priority 9. That means that people will work on them first. Just because now that I'm taking this wall away, I need to replace that wall ASAP, so that this doesn't break through, the water doesn't break through the sidewall here. Because it will do that. The water will break through the aquifer. This actually lowered the water level more than I thought it would, so it might lower it enough. We'll see. I need the water level to lower to about probably here. Yeah. Probably about here or here. So they still don't have a bedroom built. That actually bums me out. I really want them to have a bedroom. They got the science room built. We're just gonna go ahead and speed through the night. I don't generally like keeping my base in super speed mode. I like to have it slower so I can see what they're doing at any given time. But at night, nothing happens, so... I know that there's some stuff you can do with like the sleeping schedules. I don't usually worry too hard about that, if I'm being honest. Unless I get a duplicate that specifically says like, oh, this duplicate works better at night, then I will go mess with the sleep schedule and have that duplicate work better at night. That's probably not the most efficient way I could do this, but it is the way I do it. Okay, we've gotten rid of that thingy, so we can now do this, and we can priority 9 that. We want that to be priority 9 because we need the, okay, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of those because we probably don't need those for now. I'll build that in more if I need to later. But I prefer to have my aquifer pretty clean and clear of anything that isn't necessary. These ladders over here are necessary because I need them to get over to this side for expanding the aquifer out. So another thing I'll do is I'll probably kill these two, which will expand this aquifer and make the water level come down some more. In fact, why don't I just do that? The longer they stay in the water, the colder they'll get because the water's cold, and cold water is not actually good for them. Okay, cool. I see that we have options for furniture now. So what we'll do is we'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that'll be enough for that. And then we can also tell them we want them to sweep all that up too. Our only real power option for the moment is one of these. And then we have batteries. And we'll want to build these wires in like so. And then what we'll want to do with wires is we'll want to build this across here and into these two locations. Then we'll also go ahead and put an oxygen thingy there, which means we'll need a wire to go over here as well. That should help keep oxygen throughout the colony, because these pneumatic doors, they let gas pass through them. So we see that the water level's coming down. We like that because we want to eventually punch a hole over here into this other aquifer. We probably want to punch the hole down here. Or down here. Yeah, so like in here. We'll also... Actually, we won't do that. Hold on. We could put storage into this room, actually. Probably. Because eventually this research station won't be the only station in here. Why? Build the batteries first, please. Dear God, build the batteries first. Why? That's so ridiculous. She's gonna sit there on the machine that makes power forever and be trapped there in Hamsterland. Damn. If only somebody would build the batteries. Well, you do see work slowly getting done. I love how just one person is gonna have a bed tonight. I don't know who. It'll be kind of at random. Interesting. Copper. Okay, so she's gonna work on these then. She's gonna work on the wires? No, she's gonna work on the batteries maybe. Yeah. I love how she starts by working on a battery that's not currently got wires connected to the thing, because anywhere where this like white outline is, the wires haven't been built there yet. So that battery's not gonna get any energy. Come on, man. Come on. Bruh. That's so cursed. Okay, there we go. Now that battery can get energy. So as these batteries fill up, eventually once they get full enough, she'll get off of the machine. I just think it's still pretty funny though. Here comes the last battery, and then we'll have that job done. So so they just built the wires for the science machine now. Which means I can now go here and pick some research to do. So what do we want to do first? I'd make the argument, let's do basic farming and meal preparation first. So then I can build a farm. So now we're making the beds. This is good. Okay, so I got 3 people will have beds tonight. If I can get the 4th one done. Yep, here we go. Perfect. All right, everyone will have a bed to sleep in. That's good, actually. So we finally fixed that problem. So I won't have duplicates waking up with like sore backs and stuff. And then we'll have a spare bed for another duplicate when they arrive. Now you can see everybody will go use the restroom, eat some food, and go to bed. Got a nice little running colony here. Yep. Everybody has like actual beds now. That makes me feel a lot better about that. Colony requires a food source. I am working on it. We've got lots of food in the little box up here. This has plenty of muckrit in it and nutrient bars, which is good, so let's put a storage bin there, might as well. Okay, so as I suspected, this has not lowered the water enough. So we'll need to lower it some more. Probably this can be the food source. I think for the greenhouse, it could be 96 tiles, yeah. So 96. And just to mark that where it's at. Eventually this will go away because we won't really need it, but as long as that oxalate's there, I want to have that keep pumping out oxygen. Oh, people are clapping. That means somebody got a level up. Oh, we got a thingy. Bed and bath. Yep. No duplicate skills apparently. Alright. I can also probably put a couple of storage units over here. Storage is important. You want to have it kind of throughout your colony, not all in one place really. But early storage, you're going to put most of it in one place because you're just trying to get your rooms clean. So what research got completed? Oh, the basic farming research. That's good, actually. I need the, I need to make a pit for the CO2. That's what I was going to use this for, but now I'm second guessing that. For now, we're saying all in here, but eventually polluted dirt will be something I don't want in the organics category. So, yeah, organic, there will be some stuff that I won't want later. So the other thing that's important here is once this research is complete, yep, so I should now have more tile options under food. So what we will do here is we will turn all of this into farm tiles. We'll leave this for now because at some point I need a different option. Let's get that taken care of. We can build a ladder here. And then we need to drop this another layer. And then we need to hit science, and we want to get, let's get power regulation next. So as we do these things and we level up what we can do, we'll get stronger like science machines. There's like a supercomputer that comes after the science station. No. And let's do this really quickly just to make that work out better. So with these, I can now go ahead and put mealwood seeds in them. This is important because we're going to be able to make food with these. I don't remember how you turn blossom stuff into seeds, but Mealwood, I definitely know how to turn to food. Ema earned a skill point. Alright, cool. Duplicate skills. What does she like? She likes construction and compounding. We need construction more right now, so let's give you some construction work. Nails earn something. We'll give you researching. Since you seem to like the researching. Let's go ahead and burn through the night real quick. We might need to put an oxygen diffuser in the farm room as well. I don't know yet. We'll actually destroy these batteries and replace them with bigger batteries that hold more power. Okay, so that's close. I think I want to bring this down one more layer before I commit to dumping all of this. Alright. Da, 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 da. Food. Yep, so now she's going to have, she's going to be sick now. Hypothermia, yep. I think that makes her slower, amongst other things. She can get other people sick now as well, which is problematic, but hypothermia usually goes away pretty fast. She just gotta get out of there. She learned a skill. Alright, what does pay like? Digging! Alright, we will give her the dig hat. We'll go ahead and plant these mealwood seeds because we want that food, baby. So at some point I can create a mush machine. Which there you go. At some point I can make a mush. I'm trying to remember what they call it. It's like a food synthesizer, and you get all the meal lice together from the mealwood, and you put it in there, and it makes loaves. There we go, for that. Okay, so you're grabbing the mealwood seed. Dope. I'm gonna kind of just let the current jobs I have run for now. Because we've got a place to sleep, we've built our farm, so we've got our food source. We got our science room, we've got our power, we got our restroom. The only thing I'm concerned about is that it'll take too long for me to refill this aquifer, and that as a result, the sinks up here will run out of clean water. Okay, so I don't know how fast this will fill up to that point. Research complete. Dope. Perfect. We now have the bigger batteries. We're going to want to use that. We'll also do this. So the bigger batteries, what we're actually going to do here is we're going to destroy these. I'm going to replace these 4 with bigger batteries. And then we're going to replace the science won't be working and the oxygen buildings won't be working. But that'll be okay. We're going to replace them with bigger batteries. So we're going to have one there. I'm going to have one there. Then we're going to need to have power going there. That'll also mean we're using less copper for wires because I don't need the wires to go into 4 little batteries. I have them going into 2 bigger ones. And I'm pretty sure the jumbo batteries hold more power than 2 of the little batteries do. And then I'll let them fill the jumbo batteries with this, and then I'm going to replace this with the coal one. The coal burner. That's going to pump out carbon dioxide, so I need a pit for the carbon dioxide to go into. Okay, another blueprint. Usually we want to get another person at this point. Okay, he's good at cooking. That's probably good. Mole hands, good at excavation. Decreased decor, decreased germ resistance. Ugly car, destructive. Yeah, we're gonna go with Cook Boy. Let's do it. Yeah, we're getting there. Okay, and now we break the dam. This water pressure could break that on its own, probably. But we'll just let that fall. That should bring the water level here up. That's a bit of an unconventional way to deal with that problem, but alright, more downtime. I'm not sure if this is gonna, I think it will get to a point where it flattens out. Yeah, so it basically gets to a point where it flattens out. We can mop this up and then have oh, I'm gonna need a spot where I could dump. Okay, so we don't really need these anymore. So that's how we're gonna do this. Because we need a means to dump water back in here. So I actually have to fix something here, which is... I'm gonna have to break everything on this. I don't want to, but this is important. I'm gonna have to move everything back. So even if he falls down into there, he'll just climb up this other ladder. It won't be a big deal. Ah! I've never actually done that before. Okay, so plumbing. We want a bottle emptier here. And then we only allow for water. Actually, hold on. It's just about flat here. Not quite sure how to bring that water level back up. I'm gonna go ahead and let them sweep up these rooms for a bit. And then, actually, here's how we do this. Give more space for that water to lean out a bit. If I can get the water here thin enough, then, okay, you got a skill. Hassan got a skill. Gorillin, let's do it. Get yourself a chef hat. Yeah, the idea is that if we thin this out enough, we might be able to mop it up. Although we won't be able to mop it up immediately because of this problem. So we got to build this wall here, and then try to see if we can mop up this water here. I love how that just has such a sheer, like, catch on it. You gotta put 2 layers, because if you put, only 1 layer, what happens is that the water pressure from the aquifer can undo that. Man, they're not cleaning that last bit in the bathroom like at all. That's annoying. I guess I could probably P9 those, yeah? Convince them to go do that. Oh, hold up. I should have, actually, I should have, what's it called now? Refinement? Yeah. Compost pile. I should be able to make a compost pile. I didn't even remember that that was a thing I could do now. But yeah, make a compost pile. That's how you take care of the polluted dirt that comes out of the toilets. And then you turn that into fertilizer, which can be used down here in the farm. Also, this hatch isn't a bad thing to have in here because once they start creating polluted dirt, if they don't get to it fast enough, the hatch will eat the polluted dirt and turn it into coal, and it won't pollute the air. So that's another good tactic to keep your air from getting polluted. Because the major problem with polluted air is, or polluted oxygen, is just that, like, it, what's the word I'm looking for? It causes germs, basically. That's the main problem with it. And there's sand? Come on. There's a lot of stuff to get picked up. Alright. Put this back to normal now. Clean out the bedroom. Pretty soon it's gonna be downtime. And they might just drop their stuff somewhere. That's always infuriating. If you don't have it like stored yet, sometimes they'll just drop their stuff. Yeah, grizzly meal, I'm working on it, buddy. Got the farm going. I need a couple of things going. Unreachable build. Of course it is. Guess how we fix that. Insufficient oxygen generation. Well, the reason for that is that the oxygen generators aren't generating oxygen. Which actually means that I need to go over here to power. I need to grab you. I need to grab you and you. And then we'll put a storage bin there. And then we'll get the wires. Because you don't want people to suffocate. They are going to finish cleaning up that bedroom, though, I think, before they... Ah, there we go. There's the wire. Ah. too much liquid, yeah. Unfortunate. We'll dig into there, and that's basically how we're going to try to get this liquid thinned out so we can mop it and put it in here. I'm going to have to get to a point where I take this. We're going to have to put a water pump on it. When do I learn to do the water pump? We have this, employment, which is crafting station and water cooler. What does this do? Produces items and equipment for duplicate use. They will not fabricate items unless they are queued. Advanced research, supercomputer, skill scrubber, apothecary, sickbay, hand sanitizer. Here we go, there's the plumbing. Liquid pipe, liquid bridge, liquid pump, liquid vent. Okay. So that's what we want there. That's going to be our next research thing we do. Because we need to pump the water from here to here and also from here to here. Still too much water in it. Yep. Damn. That do be right infuriating though, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna disable the building really quick because I don't need that to be operating. I don't want this operating. Huh? Guys, please disable the CO2 emitter. I don't want it operating because it's just gonna build more CO2. Which isn't what I want. Until I've got batteries to put that CO2 in. Don't know why they haven't disabled the CO2 machine yet. To me, that's so ridiculous that they haven't done anything about that yet. I guess they're just prioritizing the cleanup that I told them to prioritize, which is fine, I guess. But I kind of need them to work on the power generation so we have oxygen. So oxygen is going to kind of naturally coalesce down in here, maybe down in here. I think, or not oxygen, CO2. I think the CO2 will probably coalesce down in here. Will be how that ends up happening. I can't really drag this out anymore because it'll go into this aquifer space. Which means I'm going to need a pump. I guess we don't worry about disabling that building anymore because it doesn't have fuel, so it doesn't matter. Damn, how much sandstone is in that corner, dude? been there for a minute. Alright, there we go. It's gone finally. We can move on. I like that their little, like, utility item they have, like, does everything. Alright, let's finish the research, baby. Research complete. Perfect. What do we research next? We're gonna research the plumbing next. Air systems? What is this? Rust oxidizer converts rust into oxygen and chlorine. That might be useful. Converts water into oxygen and hydrogen. That might also be useful. I feel like I've got plenty of oxygen generation for the moment, so we'll use what is this? Liquid filter sieves one liquid out of a mix, sending it into a dedicated filtered output pipe. Sieves gas from the air, sending it to a dedicated pipe. Interesting. So I don't think, because I'm gonna need the gases thing here. Interesting. We'll just go for the straight plumbing for now. Coal needs to be delivered to the coal machine. I don't know if we have coal to deliver to the coal machine is the problem. I'm gonna assume we must not have coal, because if we did, we would do something with that. So I'll go look for it. See if I can find coal. Here's coal here and here. So let's go get some coal. Actually, I could do this too. Oh, we're in downtime. Let's get moving. Long commutes, building lacks resources. Yeah, I know building lacks resources. I don't know what to do about long commutes. I'm not sure how to make that be better at this point. Need to go get coal so we can get coal power in our science. Alright, that. We have a food option for that, right? Yeah. It needs power, though. So, we'll, just have one more thing to do with that. For now. Got barracks, we got a latrine. a lot of activity up here. I'm just trying to strike coal. There's a bunch of coal over in this whole section. And the coal goes in the machine. There we go. Much better. I'm hoping the CO2 will come down in here. And then my goal is to kind of put the algae machines down here. I'm going to put a couple of water pumps and try to pump water out of here too. Unbreathable gas. Yeah, there's a little carbon dioxide in there. So this is all going to flood down here now, which is why I want to get the plumbing done, get this water out of here, and build some algae thingies here. With the idea being that if I do build the algae things, I'm doing this just to make more room for the carbon dioxide to eventually filter down here. So you can see there's carbon dioxide filtering into here already. As this water level comes up, this carbon dioxide will be forced up into this area and it'll come out here. I might want to replace this with an airlock actually, in an attempt to force all the carbon dioxide this way. When do I get airlocks? It's probably in the gas. Yeah, here. So we'll do that next. And then we'll go back up to the advanced research. Alright. So let's research airlocks, and then now what we should be able to do is we should be able to go to plumbing and grab a pump. Put that there. Grab power to power the pump. And then back to plumbing. Get a liquid pipe that comes out here. And then terminates in the liquid vent there. That's the idea. Then we'll get all this water out of here, and then we'll deconstruct all of that, and we'll put the algae terrariums in there. That's what coal looks like. Oh, the bathroom is going to be filthy again. That is unfortunate. At least the bedroom isn't. I love how the coal machine is just a giant accordion. New printables. Alright, we got 5 people. Seed for an arbor tree, digging up buried objects, mango, an arbor acorn, hatches. We'll do this. I don't know for sure what an arbor tree is, but I don't want to add another duplicate to the colony yet until I'm more confident in my oxygen and food levels. Halt the use of this building. We'll do that just so that's not blasting CO2 everywhere while we have plenty of energy in these batteries. Energy levels of the batteries will go down. We'll re-enable this building and recharge. But that helps me not create more CO2 for now. Alright, let's get this wiring done. Dope. So we should have all the wiring we need for this now. It's just a matter of getting the piping done on it. Downtime. Long commute. Still don't know what I can do about the long commutes for the moment without, you know, completely pushing these buildings to the side. I can make a point building up from here and building down from here. From here on out, I'm going to put space for things, but for the right now, there's not much I can do about it. We got the gas stuff, we're just waiting on the airlock situation. Let's do lifeless. Unfortunately, that is going to split attention a bit. Actually, instead of going forever, okay, meal ice, we have ingredients water. So actually, we don't have enough to make a lice loaf, so let's not worry about it yet. Yep, build me my pump, baby. Let's go. Need to get this water out of here. Need to get it low enough. Research complete. Alright, perfect. Let's destroy this pneumatic door. Someone up there plumbing the toilet. I'm gonna need to build my spot for polluted oxygen pretty soon, or polluted water. Do I want to do this? I think I can build it right here. So what I'll do is I will build this down. Because the goal will be here, like this. Actually, hold on. Enable the building. We need power. There we go. Let's do this. Let's build a couple of algae terrariums up here. That should help oxygenate that area. I find it interesting that this polluted water and this polluted air has no germs in it. All the germs are in the slime along here in the slime. Interesting. I wonder if there's a way to like mitigate that. This could probably go, because I'm just going to make another layer on the hell. Why is it down there? Okay, research. We got that right? Yeah, so the next thing we want to do is we want to get the advanced research. And then we want to put an airlock there to prevent CO2 from going into the farm. Because ideally we don't want that. Go back to food, we can convert those to farm tiles. Okay. I forget that duplicates are fucking stupid. It's actually, like, really difficult to get them to do what you want exactly. because they'll do like this dumb shit here. So we want them to build this first. So we're literally gonna have to wait till they build this one and go each and every one, and then we can go tell them to build this whole thing because then they've got access to it. But it's so dumb because otherwise they can't reach that one to build it. They'd have to come from down here, which we're not particularly keen on doing. We'll disable this building again so it stops creating CO2 for the moment. And we're on downtime again. Colony achievement earned. Hatch a new critter morph from an egg. Okay. Did that happen? I guess it must have. Okay, so that is probably to the point where we can start so what we'll do is we'll get rid of this, and then we want to go to the power overlay specifically, and we want to get rid of okay, we also see with this is starting to reach the limit of what it can handle as its own situation with the wires. So we're gonna have to make another power zone. Which is a bit unfortunate. Probably gonna have to make a separate power zone out here to power the water pump in here. And that can be a relatively small power zone. I'll just use a manual power thingy on it. Alright. What else did we want to get done? Well, while we at it, we might as well get all the rest of the main research done, right? No duplicate skills, so that's something. Power overlay. This is fine right now because the science, well, it's starting to pulse orange, which it says potential load. I'm not 100% sure what the orange means actually, because it looks like it's doing fine. It says current load is 0 out of 1,000, potential is 540 out of 1,000. So we've got means. That's not going to be a problem. Oh, actually, hold on. I have to do this the smart way. to artificially bolster this situation to kind of make it so that this doesn't die. That door takes a while to open. Research is complete. Oh yeah, we got triage, we got the apothecary. We need to build ourselves a medical room now. Massage clinic releases stress. Okay. Do we have a massage table? We do. So what does a massage clinic require? No industrial machinery, decor item 1, minimum size 12, 64, and at least 1 massage table. We'll put 5 massage tables in it. Where do we build it? Suppose we could... let's get rid of this. We'll actually build a pole here eventually. I don't actually know when we get to that pole. It might not be in the basic ones. It's not. So I wonder when that happens. It's here. It requires some advanced research, refined renovations. Entombed. One or more buildings are entombed, yeah. Entombed means this. Again, they're really dumb and can't figure out that you need to dig from the top. Okay, so the idea here is that I'm going to want to build out. That I'm going to want to 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they said it could be 64 tiles for the massage thingy, right? Yes. So then we'll want that, and we'll want this. Ta-da! This bolstering did go through. I think I'm gonna need to build another power set to mess with this this situation here. But we out here doing shit. Get through this. Oh, we got another used up toilet. 3 toilets is okay for 5 duplicates. If you're going to add more duplicates, you kind of need to add more toilets. Because you need to make sure your duplicates will actually be able to use the toilet when they need it. Otherwise, you'll have problems. I also haven't built another bedroom with more beds for them, which is another reason why I'm not currently... I'm not currently really worried about it. Yeah. We're gonna do this. Although I think it's been about 2 hours, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and call that a stream. We will save. Yes, we will save the game in Happy Galaxy, and then let's see if anybody is streaming right now that we can go ahead and raid. Who is on right now? I doubt any of my friends are on. They're probably not. Cyberstorm usually does night. Ganon? Is Ganon on? No, he's not. Is Hollow on? No, it's not Hollow. It's... Actually, hold on. Where do I go to find my people I'm following? Is anybody I'm following currently live? Nobody's really on right now. Huh. Well, that's a bummer. Vampire Chicken's on. Let's see if anybody else is streaming. Oxygen not included. There's a few. This guy looks like he knows what he's doing. Cronus Winter. So let's raid Cronus Winter. Is that how it's pronounced? C-R-O-N-U-S-W. Oh, I need a big W. Should be. Alright, here we go. We're gonna raid. And then end the stream.